All right, welcome fourth grade Reds to week 2, day 2. Let's get started with yesterday is day 1 of week 2's exit ticket. How many times does 9 go into 72? So doing my 9 times tables, 9 times 1 is 9, 18, counting by 9s, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. And remember that we've talked about this pattern before where you're seeing in the tens column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then in the ones column, you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember that little trick of helping you with the 9 times tables. So we notice here that 9 goes into 72 exactly 8 times. 8 times 9 equals 72. I subtract. I have nothing left over. Bam. All right. So the answer here is 8 for the exit ticket. Let's move on to the model for today. We're doing a 3-digit now divided by a 6-digit. So there's 2 different strategies I could focus on, but we're really going to keep our main focus on the first strategy. Okay, because this is the one you're going to probably use the most. So the first strategy is saying how many 6s go into not 300, but 30. I could try off and say how many 6s go into 3, but we all know that 6 doesn't go into 3, right? So I moved over, and now I'm using 2 place values. How many 6s go into 30? So I look over here. I'm going to do my 6 times tables now. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. And I notice that 6 goes into 30 5 times. I'm going to put the 5 above that 0 of the 30. 5 times 6 gives you 30. Now some of you are going to think, oh, I'm done. I got my answer. There's nothing left over. Because when I subtract, I get 0. This time we actually need to bring down. Remember? Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So you're going to bring down this 0 here. And then you're thinking to yourself, well, there's nothing to divide by, Mr. Brislin. I'm done. We have to finish it out. We have to find a number for that place value there. Okay? So 6 does go into 0, but it goes in 0 times. So we have to put that. 0 times 6 equals 0. You subtract. You have nothing left over. And now, since there's nothing else left to bring down, I'm officially done. So that's the first strategy. The second strategy is to turn all these single digits, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, into tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And when you do that, you notice you have to do that same thing over here with your product. So turn that 6 into 60, 12 into 120, 18 into 180, 24 into 240, 30 into 300. Oh, wait, I can stop there. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And 6 times that 50, oh, that's our answer. Gave us that 300. Therefore, that's all I have to do. 6 times 50 gives you 300, or 6 divided by 300 gives you your 50. So let's move on to number 2. And ask yourself, how many 7s go into 420? Now, my best recommendation would be to first start off asking yourself, how many 7s go into 42? But if you want to go into see how many goes in exactly to 420, and you want to turn these guys into tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, feel free to do that. So hit the pause button now to solve number 2. Okay, so I've done my multiplication facts. I've checked to see how many 7s go into 42 by doing my multiplication facts, and I noticed 6 of them. So I put that 6 above the 2 from 42. 6 times 7 gives you 42, exactly. You subtract. Now I'm going to bring down that 0. And now I'm asking myself, how many 7s go into 0, which is 0? And I do 0 times 7 gives me 0. I subtract, and now I officially have nothing left over and nothing to bring down. So that's the first strategy, or some of you might have turned this into tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And this turns into 70, 140, 210, 280, 350, 420. Whoa, as far as I have to go, 420. Because 7 goes into 420, 60 times. As you can see there, it went in 60 times. Let's move on to number 3. How many 8s are going to 320? How many 8s are going to 320? So go ahead, start your multiplication facts, and solve for this one. Hit the pause button now. All right, so 8 goes into 320. And we're only going to focus on the 32 because 8 can't go into 3, but it can go into 32. So when we did our multiplication facts, we found it goes in 4 times. I put the 4 above the 2 from 32. 4 times 8 equals 32. I subtract. I get 0. I bring down that 0. 8 goes into 0 times. 0 times 8 equals 0. Subtract. I get nothing left over and nothing to bring down, giving me the answer of 40. Or, as some of you might have done, second strategy, turn these single digits into tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 80, 160, 240, 320, 400, 480, 560, 640, 720. Whew, that's a lot to count up to. Well, I only need actually up to 320, giving me 40. So 8 goes into 320 40 times. Last problem before your exit ticket. How many 7s go into 560, or specifically, if you're doing the first strategy, 56? Go ahead, hit the pause button, and work through that one now. So not only are we working on division, but we're really improving our multiplication facts right now. So I bet some of these 7s you wrote down, you started to know, because we just did them over in problem number 2. So I hope you're realizing, yes, this is time consuming, but it will help you in the end. Okay? Think of the turtle versus the hare, right? Slow and steady wins the race. So yes, this slows you down in the problem, but you will get so much further ahead by doing this and helping you learn your facts that it will really truly help you in the long run. I guarantee it. Okay? So, you definitely don't want to be like some of the freshmen and sophomores that I'm tutoring who still don't know their facts. That really, really hurts them in math. Really. All right, so here we go. 7 goes into 56. We realize it goes in 8 times. The 8 goes above the 6 from 56. 8 times 7 equals 56, as we saw here. We subtract. We bring down. 7 goes into 0. 0 times 7 gives you 0. I subtract, and I have nothing left over, giving me 80 as my answer. Or you did this by multiplying by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 70, 140, 210, 280, 350, 420, 490, 560, 630. And we only need to know up to 560. We realize just by looking at it that 7 times 80 will give me that 560. All right, you are now ready for the exit ticket. So go ahead, solve 720 divided by 9, and submit your answer in the Google form. Thanks so much for your participation today, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.